What's up with the fam? It's your boy Preston McCullough Jr. here, back at it again with another video. So fam, first of all, I apologize for the echo. I wasn't planning on doing a YouTube video today. It's been months since I've done YouTube. I've just been busy working. Like my work life is crazy, fam. My work life is crazy. I have a family, 4 kids, a wife, and I'm self-employed, running a business. The business is going good, business is thriving, so that's been taking up all of my time. But I wanted to hop on today because I wanted to talk about the frustration of dealing with tenants and potential tenants. So my wife and I, we purchased a rental property cash about 3 years ago now. And we had the same tenants for 3 years straight, you know? No issues, no problems. They've always paid on time, so that's not the complaint that I had. The complaint that I had, which is granted partially my fault, is the fact that when these tenants, who were highly qualified, by the way, the man who moved in was a principal, I believe, and his wife was a librarian. So it's 100% it's on me. I assumed with the tenants being professionals that, I pretty much didn't have nothing to worry about, right? And then on top of that, fam, they always paid on time. In some cases, they even paid early. So I never really knew how bad the condition of my townhome would be when they moved out. Fam, when they moved out of my townhome, they had poop everywhere, right? It was so nasty, fam, inside of my townhome. It was so nasty, like me trying to describe it, it's just not doing justice, right? And when I say poop, I mean pet poop. Obviously, they had dogs in here. Now, we knew about one dog that they had, right? And I was okay with that because I also have dogs. My dogs are fully trained. I was blindsided to the fact that most people's dogs just are not trained, even though that should be common sense. That should be well known that most people don't train their dogs. So long story short, it had poop everywhere, fam. And I'm not talking about fresh poop. Like it was just, like they just forgot to clean up a couple of spots of poop as they were moving out. Fam, I'm talking about dried up, caked up poop that had looked like it had been there for months. Almost as if, not even almost, they were living in this townhome, right? In my property with the poop, fam. I'm talking about shoe prints in it, footprints in it, hardened up, caked up, almost as if they just wake up in the morning, walk through the poop to get to the bathroom so they can brush their teeth and get ready for work every day, right? And it just caked up on top of, caked up, like it had just been poop built on top of poop, fam. And not only that, the strong stench of urine that had been all over my place, fam. Like, it was so bad, fam. We had hired professional cleaners who quit on us, fam. We hired professional cleaners to quit. So we hired professional cleaners that ended up quitting on us, fam. They came in this mug, they walked around, and they agreed to do it. And then my best guess is they decided to third-party contract hire this mug out to do. And then the contractors came up in this mug, the people who they hired to actually do the cleaning, and they quit on us, fam. So they were like, nah, we can't do it. We ain't even gonna charge you a fee. Just keep your money. We don't want the job type of deal. So basically, me and my wife ended up having to clean this townhome out, fam. And it took months. Not because we couldn't knock it out in a full solid week, but because, again, I'm a business owner. This townhome is just something that I rent out for extra income. Like, this is not nowhere near my primary source of income. It's just something that I do extra on the side, right? Again, we have 0 mortgage on it, so I wasn't in a rush to get it clean, to get it back on the market. But that was basically one of the things that added so much stress to my life at that time, fam, was just getting this townhome right back up to par. I had to clean it out. I had to fix holes and stuff like that. That was in the walls. Floors was damaged. Poop and pee, like I was talking about, the level of disgust that was all throughout this townhome is just completely crazy. I had to completely pull up all of the carpet from off these stairs, pay somebody to sand it down, right? Spent about 2 days sanding it down, trying to get all of the pee stain and urine smell and all that kind of stuff from the wood that the stairs is made up out of, right? Then after that, I ended up deodorizing it, cleaning it up real good, and then I ended up having to put new carpet down. So fam, fast forward, we finally get it cleaned up. Now we dealing with potential tenants, right? Fam, when I tell you the level of scammery that's going on right now, fam, we've been having so many different people apply to move into our townhome, and 9 out of 10 of them have been scams, fam. I'm talking about people would apply for the townhome, set up a tour, and then when it comes to sending in your financial statements, they got this name that don't even match up to the name that they got on their driver's license. Little simple stuff like that, right? And then we got some other people who are trying to get more clever about it. All of the names match up. And then when it comes to sending the financial statements, they would have a bank statement from a business name, right? A business name. And when you reach out to them, it's like, hey, we need your personal information, right? Because the business don't tell us nothing, especially if it's an LLC. I'm somebody who has businesses. I understand how LLC works, right? You know, so this person basically responded talking about, well, I do everything from my business account. You know, that account handle everything, my personal side and my business side. I'm like, no, but that's not how it works. Because there's no way that I will be able to verify your personal income by looking at your business, right? Your business got all kind of business expenses that you got to deduct. You got, possibly third-party contracts that you got to pay. You got taxes that they got to come out of that. You got all kind of stuff that makes it difficult for people to separate personal from business whenever you're sending me a business statement, right? It's cool. That could be supplemental, but I need to know what your personal bank account statements look like so I can verify your name with the income, right? If that makes sense. And these are just 2 of the examples. And then another time we had somebody pretty much apply, right? And when it came for them providing the driver's license so we can verify who it is that we're about to give a tour to, this person got, let's say, hypothetically, I can't even think of their name. Let's say Breonna Taylor, right? Or Breonna Thomas, right? Let's say Breonna Thomas. Breonna Thomas from Azle, Texas, right? But then when you check, that's what she told us, right? That's on her application and everything. But then when we look at her driver's license, it say Breonna Johnson from Azle, Arkansas on the driver's license, right? So then I look at the driver's license closely, and it looked like this person literally took a picture, screenshotted it, cropped it out, and put it on top of the driver's license. And then when I looked up the city and state of the driver's license, it didn't even exist. You see what I'm saying? Like little stuff like that, right? The level of scammery. I don't know what is going on with these people, like trying to target rental properties, fam. Like, what's the deal? I don't know. But long story short, fam, I'm probably gonna get out of this business. It's just, the money is okay, but when you deduct taxes, property taxes, minus the rent, minus the repairs and stuff like that, fam, is it worth it for an extra $12,000 a year plus 3 to 5% appreciation every year? I don't know. And I don't even have, listen, I don't see how y'all doing it if y'all got a mortgage on it. I don't even have a mortgage on this mug, right? I'm charging more rent than almost anybody else in this area. And it's just not worth it to me, fam. It's really not. Maybe I'll hold on to it if I can find a good quality tenant that I don't have to pretty much have to worry about much at all. It might be worth it to me. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna list this mug for sale and for rent. And I'm a stickler, fam. Like, I'm not in a hurry or in a rush to rent this property out. I'm not in a hurry. If it makes sense, if the tenant makes sense, then yes, you know, I'd gladly rent it out. But I'm cool with selling it, fam. I'm cool with selling it. Like, I've made a lot of investments in my life. I've taken L's. I've taken some L's for sure. And when I used to do videos all the time, I've even talked about a lot of the L's that I've taken. But I've had quite a few wins too. And out of the wins, I would rank this townhome as being like somewhere near the bottom, right? I was blessed to get into Bitcoin at a real early stage, you know, like 2017 or something like that. You know, my business is thriving. I've just been reinvesting into my business, you know, stocks, you know, and long story short, fam, I've just been blessed. And when I think about the remainder of my portfolio, I don't know if this townhome is worth it. You know, but hey, I'm gonna hang in there. We're gonna see what happens. I'm not in a hurry. I'm not in a rush. Hopefully we get the right person and we're just gonna take it from there. But with that being said, fam, think about like really strongly vetting the people that you rent your properties out to, fam. Right? It's a lot of scammers out here. That being said, fam, that's all I got to say. Holla at your boy.